13 years conducting financial forensics, thousands of hours analyzing the case files of the bankrupt and the titans of Wall Street. I have found the fatal line, the line that separates those barely surviving from those who are absolutely thriving. I spent 3 years in unforgiving economic lecture halls, 9 years in the trenches of investment banking, where every decimal error is paid for in blood and tears. And here is the conclusion of this investigation. Wealth does not come from bloody financial surgeries. It comes from micro-adjustments, tiny ruthless habits. They accumulate exponentially, a compound interest effect that impacts not just your bank account, but your very psyche and life force. Today, I am unsealing this file, 9 survival strategies for you to rise above the financial food chain in the next 12 months. This is not empty theory. These are the blood and bone rules I use to reverse the situation. Focus. Strategy number 1. Stop playing the status game immediately. There are 2 arenas you can step into, and the majority of poverty victims choose the wrong battlefield. They choose the status arena. Sociologist Thorstein Veblen, in his 1899 book, called this conspicuous consumption. It is a deadly psychological trap. Naval Ravikant, a contemporary thinker, exposed its nature. To win a status game, you are forced to put someone else down. It turns you into an angry, combative person. The status game is a phantom leaderboard. The square footage of your house, the logo on your shirt, the model year of your car, all just garbage data on social media. The core issue of this game is that it is zero-sum. If I buy a Range Rover to assert dominance, its value only exists if you do not have one. If the whole world drives Range Rovers, that car becomes meaningless. You will be stuck on the hedonic treadmill, running forever but never reaching the destination. Leave that arena and step into the second one. The wealth game. This is the underground war. The things no one sees. The investments you cannot photograph for Instagram. The emergency funds sitting silent in a savings account. The maxed out retirement portfolios. These are assets with a positive ROI. They buy you the most expensive thing on earth, freedom. When you stop comparing your messy behind-the-scenes footage with everyone else's highlight reel, you have won half the battle. Strategy number 2. Trigger the dopamine reward mechanism, even for the smallest victories. This sounds paradoxical in a serious financial report, but this is neuroscience. Professor Teresa Amabile from Harvard Business School published The Progress Principle in 2011. Research indicates that the single biggest motivator for humans is not the grand destination. It is the sensation of daily progress. We are living in a culture obsessed with 6-figure numbers, early retirements in your 30s. And we forget to celebrate the life or death victories of the daily grind, paid off a credit card. That is a feat of arms. Accumulated 1 month of emergency funds. That is a fortress. No overdrafts for 30 days. That is still discipline. Do not gloss over it. Do not move the goalpost further away the moment you score. Establish a wins tracker. 3 wins a month. No matter how small, because progress, not perfection, is the antidote to financial anxiety. Strategy number 3. Think in decades, not days. This is the most common system error. Humans are trapped in short-term thinking. Why has my account balance not jumped this month? Impatience is the enemy of compound interest. Jeff Bezos, in his 1997 letter to Amazon shareholders, emphasized the phrase, "It is all about the long term." If you only plan for 3 years, you are competing with millions of others. But if you expand your vision to 7 years or 10 years, your opponents drop away. You are left competing with a tiny elite group. Sustainable wealth is built slowly, like the way the Medici family built their banking empire over centuries. Do not ask how much you can make this year. Ask where you want to stand in 10 years. That is how you play chess while others are playing tic-tac-toe. Strategy number 4. Conduct a forensic audit on yourself. You need to know the exact state of your relationship with money, income, expenses, and surplus cash flow. If you do not measure it, you cannot manage it. Use tracking tools, just like an auditor reviewing the books of a failing corporation. Increase income, cut costs, create the margin. That is the fundamental principle of capital surplus. I have an intentional spending tracker tool. It helps you perform surgery on every category of your life, so you can see clearly where your money is hemorrhaging. Strategy number 5. Build an emergency bunker. Nassim Taleb, author of The Black Swan, warned us about unpredictable events. If you have no liquidity, you are insolvent the moment a crisis hits. The statistics are alarming. 40% of people in the UK cannot survive 1 month if they lose their income. 39% of Americans cannot cover a surprise $1,000 bill. An emergency fund is not just money. It is options. It is the ability to say no to terrible decisions driven by the pressure of survival. Start with 1 month of living expenses, then 3 months, then 6. Each milestone is a layer of armor protecting you from the brutality of the market. Strategy number 6. Automate discipline. Warren Buffett said, "Do not save what is left after spending, spend what is left after saving." But human willpower is a finite resource. Richard Thaler, the Nobel Prize winner in economics, proved that humans are lazy and lack discipline. So remove the human element from the equation. Set up an automatic system to deduct money the moment your paycheck hits. Direct it straight into an investment account. Before you even see it, before your brain can invent a way to spend it. This is the tactic of tying yourself to the mast to avoid the siren song, just like Odysseus in Greek mythology. Automation prevents stupid impulsive decisions made at midnight. Strategy number 7. Diversify cash flow. Never bet your life on a single source of income. Look at the collapse of Detroit in the 20th century, a city that died because it relied entirely on the auto industry. You need diversity. If one table leg breaks, the other still holds your life up. Investing is the simplest way to create a second income stream. Let money work for you. But there's another way. Business. January carries the energy of beginnings. This is the time to turn ideas on paper into reality. Shopify, our partner, provides the platform to do just that. From creating an online store, integrating AI to write product descriptions to managing logistics. This is the technological lever to build your own empire with minimal cost. Stop waiting for perfection. Start selling. Strategy number 8. Immunity to public opinion. In 1951, Solomon Asch conducted the conformity experiments. He proved that humans tend to abandon obvious truths just to fit in with the crowd. In finance, this is called the herd mentality. People will judge how you spend, how you save, how you invest. But remember this clearly. When you go bankrupt, that crowd will not pay your debts for you. I used to be shackled by the thoughts of others. But every time I broke those chains, I found a new gold mine. Ask yourself, in the grand scheme of life, is this person's opinion statistically significant? If the answer is no, discard it. Focus your laser on your target. Live by your own value system. Strategy number 9. Invest in human capital. Economist Gary Becker defined this concept. Your skills, knowledge, and health are the only assets that cannot be eroded by inflation and cannot be confiscated by the market. Real estate can freeze. Stocks can evaporate. But your skills are perpetual. Benjamin Franklin once said, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Your income is directly proportional to your ability to solve problems. Learn a new skill, train your body, upgrade your mindset." These are infinite compound interest investment. That is the full dossier. 9 steps to restructure your financial life. No magic, no lottery tickets, just ruthless consistency with the right habits. Do not try to do them all at once. Pick one. Execute it today. The evidence is clear. The verdict is in your hands. The session is adjourned.